Welcome to my channel, guys. I've got 40 minutes to get ready. I've got a lunch date with husband. He's waiting in the other room. My kind of signal of when I have about 15 minutes at the most is when he gets in the shower. So let's go. I have nothing on my face. We're going to be doing makeup. You're going to be getting changed with me. I mean, obviously not watching me get changed, but I mean, it's my SPF and I kind of need more because it's just, my skin is just drank all them up. So I just want to keep it real with you. I'm super late. And you know why? Because I just added my moisturiser, my P-Calm Keto Cream. I actually will put that on the back of my hand because I need to let this settle down for a bit. Otherwise, I'm not leaving enough of a gap. So I'm going to put my eye cream, which is my MAC Hyper Real Serumizer. But basically, I was just like, it's a Sunday today. I didn't even get to go to the gym. I was hoping to go to the gym this morning. I went yesterday, so it's not really the end of the world if I don't go today. I was just sitting there playing around with some new kind of stuff that I bought. So basically I bought this new gimbal. I'm pretty techie, like I love that kind of stuff. And I bought a new gimbal. It's the DJI, do you call it Digi? Or it's a DJI Osmo 7P. I was trying to figure that out this morning because I was hoping that I'm going to be able to do like a fashion reel as well, which clearly I'm not going to have time now. But I was messing around with that and it's taken up all my time and I just haven't managed to do the things that I wanted to do. So let me just put I'm going to do a tinted moisturiser. So I'm using my Laura Mercier Blurred Matte in Palomino 3W and my BK Beauty 106 brush. Oh, I didn't put primer on. See, this is what happens when I'm like late and I'm rushing. So basically, I'm going to be doing this new series, which once a week, I'm going to have a video, which is basically kind of focusing on the fact that I am in my 40s and sharing with you things that I do based on the fact that I'm at mid-40s. So once a week, that is what we're going to be doing. And today is exactly that. Okay, I've got my tinted moisturiser on. You can see I'm really pressing it into my skin. I'm not dragging. And my hair is greasy. I'm just keeping it real with you. I was meant to wash it yesterday, didn't get a chance. Thought I could probably wash it this morning, clearly not. So yeah, it's greasy and I want to show you what I do with it. So this is like all real stuff going on, guys. Normal issues that everyone deals with. So base I've kind of got. Now we're going for a steak. So we're going for like, I've been moaning like all week that I want to have some red meat because I just feel like I need it. Like basically I have iron deficiency. So I'm on tablets and I don't really have red meat that often, probably once every 2 weeks maybe, but I feel like I'm craving it a bit. So I said to Bobby, let's go have some steak. So we're going to a steak restaurant. We've been there before for dinner and it's great, but we haven't tried their like Sunday roast style thing. I'm pretty hungry because I haven't had breakfast. And let's go. Let me do my brows. This is actually a really good brow gel. This is the Bourjois Brow Reveal Push-Up Brow Wax. And I've been super impressed with it. Super impressed. I mean, I don't know why a whole load has come out just now, but it is a very good brow gel. It doesn't kind of like leave a white cast. Yeah, it's a pretty good brow gel. I just feel like I'm surprised because it is a drugstore brand, but it works really well. Okay, I'm gonna use my Too Faced concealer. This is in Sand. On the back of my hand, I'm gonna use my Huda Easy Bake vanilla bread. This is also where I end up making a lot of mess because I'm kind of all over the place. So okay, let's get this onto the lids. Just get these lids sorted because I hate it when they're kind of not done because it doesn't give me a good idea of what the rest of the makeup is going to look like. So once I do this, I just feel like it kind of ties everything together. It just makes everything else much easier and just easier on the eye and easy for you to understand what it's going to look like. Oh, I've got concealer all over my brow. Oh, why did I not realise I was doing that? There you go. This is like real life, guys. Right, I'm just pressing the powder This video should have been called When I'm in a Rush. Let's get a wet wipe because now I'm gonna have to go over my brows. Oh, that's kind of cleaned it up nicely. Okay, should be enough. Okay, let's get some concealer here. There you go, it's going to give me a quick lift. Okay, this is just my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush. I'm trying to do this like, look, I'm not going to say quick. I'm trying to, well, yeah, it is quick, but I'm trying to do this quick but effectively so that it's still, you know, gonna look good. So I do want to use, which I'm really loving at the moment, is just kind of dampening my sponge with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I really like it. I just like the feel of how it blends. It's not so much about staying power. Also, I'm going to go through what I'm going to wear because I want to show you the whole look. This is the kind of like, I don't really know what I'm going to wear yet, to be completely honest with you, but this is kind of like what I would go for if I haven't really thought out an outfit and I need something quick. So kind of like my backup look, you know? Okay, I like that, but I do need a little bit of sculpt. So we're going to use my Dior contour. That's in the shade Tan. Then I'm going to get my Charlotte Tilbury brush. I have a couple of them, so I always know like I keep one separate just for dark shades, you know, so it doesn't kind of mix in together. This is going to stop everything from looking so flat. And then we'll add a little bit of blush as well. I just feel like the more you kind of do this type of look, the easier it kind of is, quicker it is to do it. I'm going to get my sponge and I'm just going over. There's nothing extra on this sponge, but it does kind of help to stop products looking like they're just sitting on top. It can sometimes end up looking quite disconnected, so I just feel like doing that pulls it all together. Now I'm going to use this because I'm loving this at the moment. This is my Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Blush Stick in Dusty Rose. And I'm just going to get this on high parts of my cheekbones. I just feel like as long as I get like a good base, everything else, if it's a little bit rushed, it's okay. You know, because a little bit rushed generally when you're doing your makeup means that it's not as perfect as what it usually would be, which as long as I can get my base good, then that's okay with me. Now I'm just going to flip this sponge over to pick up excess makeup that I just feel like doesn't really need to be there. But another thing I do, I'm going to show you, is before I actually powder, sometimes if I have gone a little bit heavy-handed with anything, I just kind of go over and blot, and that picks up makeup that I really don't need. And then I can go ahead and look at all that that's come off and go ahead and set. So we're going to make sure there's no creases, and then we can go ahead and set this. Now I don't bake, but I tell you what to do. I press this in everywhere, or if I want a dewy finish, then I don't press it everywhere, I just press it on my under eyes. But then I basically immediately will dust this off from everywhere. First place is the under eyes, because I don't like that being cakey or anything. And then I just get a bigger brush and I just dust everything off. And I don't actually put a lot of makeup around my nose because I feel like it actually looks better when your nose, like your real skin is coming through, because it just looks more lived in. Now I'm going to get it's like a light brow pen. It's by Rodial. I don't even know if they still do it. And I just go over everywhere that I have my sunspots, freckles, whatever you want to call them. I don't add any that I don't have. I just touch the areas where I actually do have it. And I just put my kind of finger over it. I actually don't do it over all of them because I'd be there forever, but it just brings out that skin look a little bit more. So let me add a bit of brow pen to my brows, and I like to just kind of like use a pencil. I just realised I'm going to have to add some music, which I probably already have done by the time this comes out, but because I can hear Bobby in the other room listening to music, I've got my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Okay, brows are done. I'm going to use my Jaw Lip Maximizer. Right, now at this point I want to just kind of like add a bit of nose contour. So I use my Fenty Sunstalker in Island Ting and my Private Island. And then I use my Fenty 200 brush because I quite like this just to sculpt the nose. And I just very lightly go on the sides. Now, if you're going to use a bronzer for nose contour, I would highly recommend making sure it's not overly warm, but also that is very heavily based on what your skin tone is. So like if you have a very warm skin tone, then you might be okay with slightly warmer bronzer. So just make sure it's kind of complementing your skin tone, or like, you know, like your undertone. So like this one, Private Island, is perfect because in order for me to get a real bronze look, I need to go quite heavy, like with a lot of the product. Whereas I feel like there are some kind of bronzers around that are so much kind of darker that I don't have to actually go so all in. With this, I feel like it takes me a while to really build it up, but there you go. I don't actually know what I'm going to do to my hair because it's just greasy right now. I need to actually wash this later on. Or actually, I'm probably going to wash it tomorrow. But it's so hard to tie my hair back, so I have to put like a million grips in to keep my hair in place, which fine, I'm just going to deal with it today. Yeah, so I don't actually know. I think it's a bit too greasy for me to actually kind of just slick it back and put it behind my ears. Like, oh my god, I have so much hair fall, guys. Like, it's actually ridiculous. And I have been to the doctors, by the way. I know, like, I get a lot of people like commenting sometimes on my, like, all that has just come out. It's just hanging there sometimes. I do get like comments like, oh, check this, check that. Trust me, I do get stuff checked. Like, and I'm low on iron, so that's what I'm currently taking tablets for iron. And so hopefully slowly it will get better. I'm taking other supplements that are important. So the only issue I currently have in terms of like my body is I have iron deficiency. My ferritin levels are high before anyone comes at me, because I feel like recently I realised everyone seems to think they're a doctor because honestly I just can't even get over, like, I know this is a little bit of a rant, but like I could not imagine myself responding to someone's Instagram story or post when they are just telling me something that they have with like, and they clearly have made it clear, like they've made it clear that they know what the issue is. So if they're kind of saying, oh my god, I've got hair fall and I don't know why, I understand maybe like leaving a comment or something saying, oh, maybe check this, you know. But when the person is saying, I know what I have, I'm dealing with it, people are still like, oh, you need to do this, you need to check this, you need to check that. And it's like, how, yeah, okay, let me just pause for a second. Let me just put all of the doctors aside. Let me just tell my doctor that there's someone out here leaving a comment on my Instagram who clearly knows more than them. So yeah, okay, what was it you want me to take? You think I should go get this checked? Okay, fine. Do you really think I'm going to just say to my doctor, like, I'm just going to completely disregard actual blood test results, which I've clearly put in a post, and I'm going to listen to what you're saying? do you know what I mean? Like, I know, I don't know, I just feel bad saying it sometimes, but I don't often really call people out for that kind of stuff. I don't actually at all, to be honest. I will never say their name or anything like that. I'm just not that person. But I just don't leave comments like that on people's... I'm like, okay, you know what you're doing, you know? I don't want to, like, it's not my business. I'm not... Look, I know I put my content out there, so you've got to expect some kind of response. But I'm not asking a question. I'm not asking for it. I'm just displaying some of my life, you know? Anyway, this is my Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes. But yeah, like as I was saying, I just don't get it when people are like I put this post up the other day of what I eat in a day, right? And this isn't a daily thing, like, as in, like, that's not what I eat every single day. It's just that particular day what I was eating. I generally eat very healthy. You know, I don't eat processed foods or high sugar content, anything like that. I keep my sugar at a minimum. I don't actually eat any added sugar. I'm well aware that there is sugar in certain things. You know, when you buy something, you'll have fresh orange juice. Like, for example, I don't buy bottled orange juice. I will only buy the freshly squeezed stuff that you can squeeze out yourself, like those machines. That's the only other drink I have. So I have one coffee a day, maximum two on the odd occasion. On the weekends, I'll have fresh orange juice, like a glass on Saturday, a glass on Sunday. And then the rest of the time I'm drinking water. Literally, I have no fizzy drinks, anything like that. I've never really been a big fizzy drink person, so I've always been very good with that. You know, I just thought, you know what, let me share what I eat in a day the other day, because I had a bit of time and I thought, you know what, a lot of people have been asking me about, you know, how I've got fit and stuff, and I thought, I've got time now to be able to share some of that, and I'm going to be doing that on this channel too. But I will be sharing what my diet is like, all that. I think it will be like split up into different videos, just like one video maybe focusing on my food, the other focusing on my fitness, just so it gives you a really good idea, because I don't want to overwhelm you with so much stuff, because it isn't something that is so easy for me to put into one video, because I know that it's taken me time to get to this routine. I put up what I eat in a day, and that's fine. I didn't have really any comments, like anything negative about what I eat. And then I had some people saying, oh, you mentioned you have supplements, like, do you mind sharing what supplements you have? So the next day I thought, okay, let me share that. And I put up like AM, midday, PM, what supplements I have, like how much I have of it, the actual brands, when I have it, why I have certain ones together, what it helps with. I had someone like reply to it about my own, like, omega tablets, like, oh, but you have to make sure that it's a certain level for it to work. And I'm like, that's literally that's what goes through my mind. Like, honestly, I don't even know what to say. Like, oh really, oh my god, let me take advice off of you. Like, I'm not being funny, but I don't know everything about everything. So unless you are a certified, I don't know what you call it, who are the people who do all that stuff, like nutritionist, is that it? Whatever it is, unless you're that, I don't understand why I would be taking advice from anyone who is not a professional in that field. And seriously, you should not be giving advice like that out. Like, even on my stories, I put that this is what I have based on myself going to a doctor, being diagnosed with several issues that I have. Like, last year, my health was so bad, and that is the only reason I have managed to turn things around, because it really was a wake-up call. I had like alarmingly high cholesterol, I had a fatty liver, I was insulin resistant. So there was so much going on. I was having heart palpitations, like had so much inflammation in my body. I couldn't lose weight, and I had to then completely drop my carbs in order for me to be able to solve my insulin resistance first, and then change my diet again, because then my diet's different after I've kind of tackled my insulin resistance, you see. So, because I don't want to live without carbs, so I do eat carbs. I eat complex carbs. I don't eat the crap carbs, you know, the bad ones. But I was just like, I've even said on my story, like, this is based on my doctor telling me this, and this is based on my blood work. I get my blood work done every 4 to 5 months now, just to check and keep on top of things, which I would highly recommend. And I also make sure you go to your doctor. This is not me saying this is good for you. This is just what I take, you know? So, like, I know that I have a responsibility to always add things like that to information that I'm sharing about things that I take myself, you know? So I just don't get how people think it's okay to just leave comments like that. It's like, why am I going to listen to you? Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Like, I don't know. It's really annoying. But anyway, let me do my mascara. I'm not really doing an eye look. I just want a good mascara, so I'm going to use my Dual Over Volume. Yeah, I'm going to finish this, and then let's go get changed. Okay, I use a different mascara for my lower lashes. I use the Makeup by Mario because it's just a smaller brush. And I always make sure it's not a new mascara, it's an older mascara. Not like old, as in like I've used most of it up, because I like a very small amount of mascara on my lower lashes. Okay, that's done. Let's go get changed. Okay guys, this is what I've decided to go for. Brown, dark brown, kind of like chocolate pants. They're really comfy, they're not too tight, they're quite loose. Some nice daytime flip-flops, but nice leather ones. These are from Zara. Actually, the whole lot is from Zara. And this top, as you can see, I'm rushed. I've got some little hoops on. I've got my little Prada nylon bag. And I'm not really fussed about my watch because I wear an Apple Watch and a Whoop. But I do need to add a bit of perfume. And I will put some rings on. Otherwise, I'm just like, yeah, there you go. My outfit. I'll give you a close up of these pants. And they're really comfy. I really like the dart in them, like the darts that they have in them. And they're nice and not long, like not overly long, because in Zara sometimes they're stupidly long and I can't wear kind of like flats with it. But these are actually really good. I'm gonna go off for lunch and I'll see you in a bit.